All right, hello everyone, and welcome back to the Marvel Strike Force new player experience. This line of videos is dedicated to the brand new players in this game. And there's so much when you first get in, and so many things to upgrade, and so many places you could use your resources. I'm going to try to help you not to waste them. So I broke down. I did a video of every character in 10 minutes, 12 minutes, whatever it was, and I just did a quick yes and no. But I wanted to do a little bit more of a thorough breakdown for you guys, and break it down by gear type. So this video specifically is dedicated to doing bio. So let's get into it. I have it sorted by bio already. Go Spider. Spider Society. It's a raid meta team. For skill, she's a dual trait. So she has bio and skill. And right now she is the skill meta raid team. It's a fantastic team. It's one of the newest ones, so it's going to be one of the last ones to get replaced. Two of them are getting replaced now, but it's going to be one of the last teams to get replaced. So, and they give them to you free in that first strike, second strike, whatever it is early on in the game. So do it. Fantastic team. Go for it. Venom, you're going to have to build him up before you get Super Scroll. Right now, Venom is the bio raid meta with Hive-Mind, but he gets replaced in his own team with Super Scroll. I built up Venom because he works great on that raid team, so you don't have to use Super Scroll, but that's probably a mistake. I built him up too big. But I love him, and I have fun with him. I actually use him in the raid over Super Scroll, but he gets replaced with Super Scroll. So you don't just get high enough to get through whatever raid level that you want to do. So, and this Venom is too big. Super Scroll, Dark Dimension character, one of the last ones you're going to get. He's amazing, so do it. I don't have high red stars on him because he is a Dark Promo character, and I used all those Dark Promotion credits on Quicksilver instead. I made that choice as free-to-play, and so I'm going to have a 4 red scroll. And he's amazing at that level, too. So, obviously, level up Super Scroll, he's amazing. Void Knight is the character I think that will survive off the Hive-Mind team after they come out of the raid meta, which isn't going to happen anytime yet. I think the Mutant will probably be replaced next, and this will be months and months from now anyway. But Void Knight is very, very fast and has great plug-and-play value, so Void Knight all day. Red Goblin is amazing on his team, which is the Hive-Mind team, so obviously you got to build him up. Build him up pretty good. He can carry. He's a good character on his team. Nova, I keep saying this, no. Just no. He's on the Nowhere team, which I didn't even build. You could just use him plug and play if you want, but Nova at this point, no. People are going to tell you yes, I'm going to tell you no. Spider-Man Pav, with great hair comes great responsibility. Build him up. Spider Society, raid meta, bio, or skill, sorry. It's another dual trait. That's the skill meta. Do it. Amazing character. Gwenom is part of the Hive-Mind bio raid meta. Build her up high enough to get what you want done, because the team will eventually get replaced or whatever. So just get Gwenom up as high as you want. Quality of life, whether you want to sim or if you want to manually do nodes, that's how high you're going to have to bring the character up, depending on what you want to do. Peter B. Parker is also the skill raid team. I know a lot of those are mixed in here and it can get a little confusing, but they are dual trait characters. There's not many of them in the game, and the Spider Society is. So Peter B. Parker is the linchpin for the team. His passive healing is ridiculous. The higher he gets up, the harder the team is to kill. He's the priority target to kill when you do face that team. So Peter B. Parker all day. Gladiator, I unlocked him yesterday. He is the only purple ISO character on my entire roster. He is arena meta. He is part of the Annihilators team, which is the new arena meta. Character is absolutely amazing. Been playing him with it for a day, and I maxed him all the way out the second I got him. As soon as you get Gladiator, max him out. Arena meta, not going anywhere. Spider-Woman, I think Spider-Woman is incredible. She is fast, and she is the whole team for A-Force. If you use Photon with your A-Force too, just the two of them combined, if you just build those two up, you could leave everyone else at G15 and do 100% push-ups all day long with that team. That being said, as a new player, I probably wouldn't. Probably wouldn't build up A-Force at this point, even though I still use them in war. I just think by the time you get there, by the time you're getting up to these higher levels, unless you buy that supercharged couple $100, get yourself to level 95 maybe, which is okay if you want to do that. It's actually a decent value compared to everything else that costs in this game. I absolutely love Spider-Woman. Not a lot of people do, but I've found her to be fantastic. But I still wouldn't recommend it. Carnage is a linchpin of the Hive-Mind, the bio raid meta team. When characters drop to a red health on enemies, the whole Hive-Mind team gets sped up. The whole entire team is dependent on Carnage. If Carnage goes down, the team's done. So build them up high enough to get done what you want to get done. Red Hulk is legendary horseman needed for Apocalypse. I've said this in my other videos, you don't need the horseman at 7 stars to get Apocalypse at 7 stars. Remember that. You need gear levels and ISO levels. So when you're looking to unlock Apocalypse, keep that in mind. And same thing for doing the Scourges for Red Hulk. He's still an amazing character, and he pairs very, very well with Apocalypse himself, never mind his own Gamma team. But at this point, I wouldn't recommend building the Gamma team. So build up Red Hulk as high as you want. Don't feel bad if you want to build him up. I didn't take him all the way up, and I'm still happy. Brawn, you don't need to build anymore. You don't need to build Gamma. You don't have to suffer through all the things that we had to do to unlock Apocalypse. As a new player, you won't have to do that. That's amazing. So don't build Brawn. Captain Carter is part of the Out of Time team. She is needed to unlock an amazing legendary, Old Man Logan. So build her up, and also part of the Rebirth team, which is needed to get Green Goblin Classic. So that checks the two best legendaries that we got right now. So yeah, do it. Captain Carter, mine should probably be higher, but it's fine. Take her up as high as you want. Squirrel Girl. I loved Squirrel Girl. Squirrel Girl is amazing. You're one of the best healers in the game. I think they released this character just to piss off Casino during that whole thing a bunch of years ago. And I thought that was very funny because she got released with no team. But I built her up. I took her from 3 red to 7 red when that was a difficult thing to do, just to get Rogue 7 red on her first pass for the Scourge. You don't need to do that anymore, so don't build up Squirrel Girl as much as I've enjoyed using her. Don't. Black Bolt, bring up part of the new Illuminati, part of the he's on the free-to-play and the pay-to-play version with Captain Britain. So Black Bolt's amazing. Black Bolt back in the day was like uber meta, like Kang, like best character in the game when they first came out. Power faded and they reworked him, and he's great. Build him up. Captain America, part of that Out of Time team. Mine should be higher. People used him in like every Dark Dimension, like the earliest people going through. Cap's always been useful. And I think they'll find a way to keep him always being useful. That's a good character to bring up, and you're going to need to bring him up to some level anyway at some point. Hulk, you don't need to bring up anymore. Same thing with She-Hulk. They're part of that Gamma team that you don't have to build. Scarlet Spider is part of the Web Warriors team. That was a couple teams ago for or last team for the raid meta before Hive-Mind, so you don't have to build them up. So Spider-Man Miles, Spider-Man, Scarlet Spider, you don't have to build them up. Same thing with Abomination. He's on the Gamma team. You don't have to build up. Captain Marvel is part of that A-Force team that if you want to build her up that far, that's where I'm using her right now, because the whole entire thing whole team is Photon or Spider-Woman. Miss Marvel, part of the Young Avengers team, you're not going to have to build her up. Don't worry about it. JJ, same thing with A-Force. You don't need to. She works perfectly at that level. If you did want to build A-Force, I still wouldn't recommend building A-Force now as a new player, but even if you did, you can leave them all at 15. At Phyla-Vell, Cockroach of MSF, that's part of the Infinity Watch. I'm saying this in every video because they seem to be in every section. So this team was built to counter Black Order, which was a huge problem for them for a long time. So they made them super strong with Safeguard plus immunity on spawn, which made them obnoxious forever. It's not going to be a thing, really. It's still going to be a thing, but they've had a very, very long life, and I think they're dying now. So don't bother now. My leader should be higher. That's part of Cabal. That's part of a Crucible meta. They're going to be not the Apex meta moving forward, but they're going to be in the meta for a while. It's a three-man team with leader Namor and Iron Patriot. They're a good team. Mine should be higher. That should be going up. Spider-Man Symbiote is part of their symbiotes. That's a 3-raid teams, 2-raid teams ago, so you don't have to worry about it. Same thing with Spider-Punk, Anti-Venom, Scream. They're past raid teams. You don't have to build them. Tigra, New Avengers still is a decent war team. They have a good speed mechanic. This is one of the mistakes on my roster because I didn't build them when they first came out. I got the itch to build them a couple months ago, and I half built them, and now they're useless on my roster. So that's either build things or don't, because you're just going to waste your resources, and that's one of the resources on my roster. Wouldn't have been a waste if I built them all the way up, but I stopped halfway, and now I'm leaving it. Now I get to stare at it every day. My Photon should be bigger. Photon's part of Secret Defenders if you want, or A-Force if you want. She's an amazing character. Don't feel bad about bringing her up if you want. U.S. Agent is, I think he's part of that Rebirth team. Yeah, Rebirth. Rebirth you got to build for Green Goblin Classic, but only bring him up high enough to get the Green Goblin Classic if you want. Mine's still 6-star. I know a lot of people are putting diamonds on him and going nuts on him. He's just an amazing character, so only build up U.S. Agent as high as you need to get the Green Goblin Classic that you want. Thing, I don't have a big thing. I don't need a big thing. Don't do thing. That's part of that New Avengers team, so don't do it. Half built. Winter Soldier also on that Rebirth team. You're going to need for Green Goblin Classic to bring them up as high as you need. Electro is part of the Sinister Six, Superior Six rework. One of the later last characters that you want to use. I know some endgame players do use her in war. She is a fast character, but not worth your resources at this point. Luke Cage, part of that Heroes for Hire team. It's an old war defense team. You still catch them around on defense, but that's not a good use of resources at this point. Sasquatch is part of the Illuminati team. The Illuminati team is still technically, it is used in the Spotlight raids in the second half of it. So build them up as high as you need to get through the nodes that you want in Spotlight. We'll see how long those Spotlight raids are around for. We never got told, kind of thing. So Cull Obsidian, part of the Black Order, which is dead now. Don't do it. Agent Venom is another part of Rebirth that probably got to be higher on my roster, but I just not. I have a 6-star Green Goblin Classic, and I'm happy with that for the moment. Yo-Yo is an old raid meta from 5 years ago. Don't build it. Don't build minions. Don't build Bruiser. Crystal is part of the original Inhuman team with Black Bolt. Don't waste your time. Visible Woman, useless. Don't do it. Daredevil, don't do it. Iron Man Zombie. I love the star level that I had him at. He's entirely kit-based. His power really means nothing. Having more power, of course, does help. He's part of that Undying team. That team's going to be around for a while. There's still 2 more characters to be released, and that's going to happen over the next 2 years. So when you do get your hands on an Iron Man Zombie, his power level doesn't matter. It really doesn't. So he's okay if he dies. He just gets revived as long as hell is alive. So build him up when you got him. You don't have to go that crazy. He's kit-based. Groot's dead in the water at this point in the game. Swarm's dead in the water. Rhino's dead in the water. There's going to be some dead characters here, but there's actually some good ones at the bottom that I haven't built yet. So Green Goblin Classic's a no. Red Skull does have a speed mechanic that you can use a little bit endgame, but it's just like here and there. Quake was part of the original speed meta like 5 years ago when Black Widow gave speed up and Quake applied slow, and then you couldn't beat it and they had to nerf it. Spider-Man 2199 pairs with Weaver, and I'm happy where he is at that level, because in Crucible he goes super fast. He goes first, gets speed up on spawn, whatever it is, and then gives extra speed. Same thing with War. He gives extra speed to Weaver and lets Weaver go first, and then put all the dodges up. But he's kit-based. All he has to do is take a turn. I don't care if he dies. Mr. Fantastic. Now, he is part of the new Illuminati team for Crucible. Build him up. He's a good character. I just haven't done it yet. Look at all them shards. Build him up. Mantis, no. Stature, no. Kree, Minion, no. Kree Reaper, Royal Guard, Noble, no. Zombie Jugs, or Zuggernaut, is part of that Undying team that is amazing in war. I never built him up. it's hard to get his stars, but if you're a person that does get him, and you're going to use him, he's a good character. But he does need stats to work. Like, he can't just die right away. He's a character that needs stats to work, so keep that in mind. My Lizard should be incredibly higher than this. He's an amazing plug-and-play character. The part of that superior Sinister Six rework, it's just, he take him up. He should be up. He's one of the characters they give to you early. Take him up. I just haven't done it. Drax is a pre-taunting tank. He can have some use, but I'd rather use Red Guardian as a pre-taunting tag. And as a new player, don't worry about that just yet. Graviton's a no. Moonstone, I'm going to say no on that one. Just no. It's a no for me. Titania should be up because Crucible, plug and play. Titania is a character that you probably should bring up. Human Torch is a no. Aim Infector, Aim Monstrosity, that's a no. Korg and Cosmo are part of that Nowhere team that I never built. That's still a no. Don't do it. And Gore's Gore is part of the new arena meta. That's going to be him and Endgame Thanos and Gladiator are going to be the three that are definitely going to be on that arena team, and probably for a while. So the second you do get some Gore, take them all the way up. And that's it. Thanks, guys. I'm out.